We have made it to the end of day one. We are in the evening session. So I'm just so happy that all of you have come back for this evening session. We're gonna have some fun together. Does that sound okay? Can you type the word fun in the chat if you're like, you know what, we're gonna do something, a little creative writing exercise that doesn't have anything to do with your business, that doesn't have anything to do with your ideal client. We're just gonna have some fun with that. So good, so thank you, Lesia. Lynetta, there'll be another one tomorrow, don't worry. So yes, Tracy, yes, Zach, yes, Maria, yes, Christine. Who here is still like awake in the UK or Europe? Can you say if you're still here? I know most of us are in the States or we're in like the East Coast time zone. Dr. Paulette, like, and Clara, like it is, wait, what time is it now? 6 o'clock, it's like 11 o'clock. So you all deserve like a virtual high five from all of us for like staying. Janet, you are too, right? Yeah, it's 11 p.m. in the UK. So thank you all for sticking around. We're gonna have some fun together. So go grab your workbook if it's not in front of you. And I'm gonna have you turn to pages 20 and 21. 20 and 21. And so we've had this whole conversation today about being a creative content creator and being more interesting and engaging. And part of what makes really good content creators really good at creating content is they have this creativity muscle like flexed in their brain. Like they're just very quick with putting content out. They know how to come up with creative topics really quickly. Like, is that something you all aspire to do, is like be more creative in your writing and be more engaging and come up with ideas faster? Yep. I know Sherry, yes, absolutely. Sherry, is that your dog that I can see? Oh, so precious. I know some of you have your pets around you, but that's what this evening session is really intended to do, which is to give you the opportunity to condition that creative muscle in your brain so that when it comes time to creating more content for your business, it doesn't feel like so much work. Does that sound good? Because right now, I think what's happening is you're sitting in front of your computer and you're like, be creative, be creative. Why aren't you creative, Tracy? Why aren't you creative, Veronica, right? You're thinking like forcing the creativity, whereas it's a muscle you condition over time. So treat tonight's session. Don't worry about your ideal client. Don't worry about your messaging. Don't worry about your offer. Don't worry about, anything specific to that. This is just purely for fun. And this is gonna get you in the right mood for tomorrow morning when we're putting some content together. So if you look, I don't know if any of you have ever seen this, you can see behind me, has anyone actually driven a Toyota Corolla in their lifetime? Lesia has, Christine has, Sherry has. Okay, you're gonna love this. Lynetta has. So there was if you look behind me, there's a Toyota Corolla. There was a Craigslist ad that went viral like 4 years ago about a guy selling a 1999 Toyota Corolla. And I found it and I saved it. This is how like crazy I can be with content. I saved it because I was like, one day I'm going to use this for some purpose. And here we are. So I've been waiting all day to share this with you. So we're gonna look through this Toyota ad together and we're gonna do a lot of work in the chat. Dr. Lynetta, yeah, come on creativity, haven't got all day, exactly. So we're gonna spend a lot of time interacting in the chat. And I'm gonna read through this Craigslist ad. And what I want you to do is tell me what stands out as I read it. Now there's language in it. I know Karen and I know Maria who left, who just said in the VIP networking that they're potty mouths, they would probably love this ad, right? So there's language in it, but what I want you to isolate on is like, what stands out to you? Is there a line that stands out to you? Is it the tone? And then we're gonna do something with it after, okay? So, the 1999 Toyota Corolla. You want a car that gets the job done? And I'm on pages 20 and 21, by the way, in the workbook if you want to follow along. You want a car that gets the job done? You want a car that's hassle-free? You want a car that literally no one will ever compliment you on? Well, look no further. The 1999 Toyota Corolla. Let's talk about features. Bluetooth, nope. Sunroof, nope. Fancy wheels, nope. Rear view camera, nope, but it's got a transparent rear window and you have a fucking neck that can turn. Let me tell you a story. One day my Corolla started making a strange sound. I didn't give a shit and ignored it. It went away. The end. You could take the engine out of this car, drop it off the Golden Gate Bridge, fish it out of the water 1,000 years later, put it in the trunk of the car, fill the gas tank up with Nutella, turn the key, and this puppy would fucking start right up. This car will outlive you. It will outlive your children. Things this car is old enough to do. Vote? Yes. Consent to sex? Yes. Rent a car? It is a car. This car's got history. It's seen some shit. People have done straight things in this car. People have done gay things in this car. It's not going to judge you like a fucking Volkswagen would. Interesting facts. This car's exterior is gray, but its interior color is gray. In the owner's manual, oil is listed as optional. When this car was unveiled at the 1998 Detroit Auto Show, it caused all 2,000 attendees to spontaneously yawn. The resulting abrupt change in air pressure inside the building caused a partial collapse of the roof. 4 people died. The event is chronicled in the documentary Bored to Death, the story of the 1999 Toyota Corolla. You want to know more? Great. I had my car fill out a Facebook survey. Favorite food? Spaghetti. Favorite TV show? Alf. Favorite band? The tie between Bush and the Gin Blossoms. This car is as practical as a Roth IRA. It's as middle of the road as your grandpa during his last silver alert. It's as utilitarian as a member of a church whose scripture is based entirely on water bills. When I ran a Carfax for this car, I got back a single piece of paper that said, "It's a Corolla. It's fine." Let's face the facts. This car isn't going to win you any beauty contests, but neither are you. Stop lying to yourself and stop lying to your wife. This isn't the car you want. It's the car you deserve. The fucking 1999 Toyota Corolla. All right, so what I'd like to know is, now keep in mind, this was on, how many of you have ever used Craigslist before or Facebook Marketplace? Like, this was a legitimate ad selling this car, right? This was like where people are like trying to sell furniture in their cars, and this is the ad that people wrote up, right? So I want to know in the chat, was there a section or was there a part that stood out to you? It did sell, Lynetta. Yeah. It did. So Lynetta says, I want to know, did it sell? Yes. Karen, okay, story, humor, relatability, nostalgia. Zach, I agree. This isn't the car you want. It's the car you deserve. That was my favorite part too. Lynetta, the you got a fucking neck comment. Yeah. Because Lynetta, what is that an example of, right? Like, it's just straightforward tone. Like, it is just how someone would talk to you, right? Lesia, the entire thing, I loved it. Barbara, yeah, you and Lynetta felt the same way about the rear view camera comment. Yep, Yola the same way. Tracy, I loved that part. You could fill this tank up with Nutella, turn the keys, and it would still run. Yep, Veronica, it was hilarious and engaging. Peggy Carfax called it a Corolla. Yep. So keep in mind, right, how many of you have ever bought something through Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace? I know I asked that a second ago, but can you put in the chat if you've ever bought something off of it? Give me a yes if you have. He said Tracy has, yep. I've sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace when I've moved before. Yep, Christine Mia free counts. Why does this stand out? And we're gonna do a lot more in the chat, right? Why does this stand out so much? Barbara, I've sold bought. Barbara, this is gonna be a fun lesson for you tonight. Karen, all right, it's original, it's entertaining. Like, this is the very definition. Yeah, Karen, it's creative, but still gives you all the facts, right? Zach, because it's so different from what a normal car ad would be, it's real, no lipstick on the pig. Yeah, tell it like it is. Like, why doll this up? It's a Toyota Corolla from 1999, right? And they sold this in 2018, right? Nyarka says you can't stop reading, right? And so, where was it? Zach, you got it, right? And Yola, the same thing. Like, when we talk about disruptive and grabbing your attention, this is an example of that, right? If you logged on to Craigslist right now, you would see the sort of the standard things. If someone was selling a car, like, tell me in the chat what the standard car ad features. Like, if you were gonna log on today and you're like, oh, I need to go buy a car, like, what is the ad description going to feature? Yep, year, make, model, price, make, model, color, price. Yep, what it does have exactly, like, very like sterile. It's like 4 doors, this many miles, it's this color. Yep, just the features. And so you can see what this person did, weaving creativity around it, making a story out of it. Exactly, Barbara. Literally all the features the car has, and yes, year, model, make, and price. Very, very, like, they'd all be the same, wouldn't they? It would all kind of be monotonous. Every ad would kind of sound the same. And then you stumble upon this. So can you see why this went viral? Yeah, I think some of you are gonna keep it as like a really good example. Like, Barbara, this is such a fun example for like your writing clients as a fun writing creative exercise. Like, see what I do here. Yep. Yeah, so the car, totally, it was storytelling, right? And this is why when we did the second session today, I said, you know, the more that you can infuse stories, I don't think Jen is here, but when she was like, I like to travel, and this is why traveling is so important, and this is what travel does for us. And I was like, no, just tell me a story about a time you traveled and how different it was. It's the same exact situation here. So I'd like to do something fun with all of you, right? And we're gonna write our own Craigslist ad tonight. So what I want you to do, I would like you rather, that sounds more polite. I would like for you to grab the nearest object in front of you. Grab the nearest object in front of you. Okay, and hold it up so we can see it. So Lynette, okay, Tracy has a glass of wine, nice. Okay, so we've got a highlighter, we've got a cup, we've got a cell phone, Janet, is that a paper clip chain. All right, you're a writer. You're gonna have fun putting this ad together. Sherry, is that just a cup? Oh, go Tigers, fun. Zach's got his headphones. Karen, what do you have? Karen Kenny, excuse me. A cup. We've got lots of different cups. We've got pens, scissors. Okay, so we all have our object, right? Now let's talk through. I'm gonna quell your nerves. You're not gonna write a 2-page ad, so nobody panic, right? Because when you saw this, you were like, wait, Nayarka, what is that? Is that a drill?
No, it's a massage gun.
Like, is that like a hardware thing like you used to like on your house? Okay, so that would be an interesting story.
Lifesaver.
I'm glad you explained that because I wouldn't have any idea what that is. All right, so you're not gonna write as lengthy of an ad as this, right? But this is just an example. So we're gonna write something a bit shorter. So I think let's establish what does this ad that we create need to have in terms of characteristics or qualities, right? So first of all, right, I think at a baseline, right, we want to describe what the thing is and what it looks like, right? So let's in the chat agree what we want to have in this so we have some guidelines of what we want to talk about, because I know for some of you this is going to stretch you, right? This is going to push your brain. This is going to make you a little uncomfortable because you're like, Barbara, how do you tell a story about a paperclip chain? Right? So in the chat, I want you to tell me, like, based on what we saw in the Craigslist ad, what should we have in ours? Right? So at a basic level, we need to talk about what the object is, right? Physical description, physical features, right? What else should be in our writing?
The problem that it solves.
The problem that it solves, yes, good, okay. So put that in the chat so that we can all kind of go back to it, and that's our guideline, right? The color, what it does, its purpose, yes. I would say you need a tone, a specific type of tone. Now this ad, right? This ad is very snarky. Right? They drop F-bombs, right? It's very, very like, I don't know the right word. I just say snarky, right? Yours does not have to be like this. So you could decide the type of tone. It could be nostalgic. It could be, yeah, Karen, it's got to be your voice, right? So it could be nostalgic. It could be affectionate. It could be angry. It could be snarky. Whatever you feel is easier for you to do here, right? Exactly. We need a description of it. So what I like to do when I start writing something, I like to model the very beginning of how something is written. So if you scroll back to the top of page 20, how does this particular ad start? What does it do? Sherry, I saw you mouth it. Yep, it asks you a question, right? So you want a car that gets the job done? So you could literally take that line, like you want to insert blank that gets the job done, right? You could take that as a model and start your writing. So our goal, can you write in the chat? We're going to write one paragraph, right? So just that's the goal. If you want to write more, absolutely. If the creative gods come to you and you're inspired, like keep going, because this is a good exercise for you as a content creator. But thank you, Karen. Yes, just one paragraph. And if you want to write more, you're all the better for it. So, and one paragraph this is the English teacher in me. How many sentences are in a paragraph, my friends? Like 5. I would say, yes, Linietta, thank you. Like closer to 7 sentences. My students used to be like, isn't a paragraph like 4 sentences? And I was like, no, maybe in the 3rd grade. So we're going to aim for one paragraph between 5 to 7 sentences, okay? So your goal is to do this. You pick that object. At a minimum, you talk about its features, you talk about the description, you talk about its purpose and why someone would want it, and you weave a story around it. It does not have to be exactly like this Toyota Craigslist ad. It should match your tone and how you tell stories and what you would want to tell as a story around it. Have fun with it. Don't think too hard about this, all right? But let your brain go. Let your brain take you in that direction. Does that sound good? Are we clear on that? All right, I'd like to give you like 10 minutes of writing time. Now remember, don't think too hard. Don't connect this to your business. Don't do anything like that. I want you to have fun with this. Tell a story around that object. This goes back to like when you were a little kid, you would tell stories about objects, right? So let's take 10 minutes. We'll put some writing music on, and then we're gonna come back, okay? Okay. All right, can we do something? This is, again, I can't help myself. You can take me out of the classroom, but I'll always be the English teacher. Like, can we hold up our writing? If you all like wrote it down on a piece of paper. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Kirsten. Oh, I love it. I love it. Leslie, I think you typed. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you, Cindy. Yep, I'm a typer. Thank you, Victoria. So, and thank you, Peggy. So part of this exercise is, right, it's moving out of thinking about things so literally, right? Because I think part of what happens with us, again, I touched on this at the very beginning, like we struggle with coming up with really good content because we think of things in like black and white. It's literal. There's that lack of like stretching and building a story around something. So this is like a muscle. It will take time to build, but I think the more that you do things like this, right? I think Karen, you can attest to this. Lesia, you can attest to this. My other people in here who are writers and who do like telling stories, right? The more you do it, the easier it gets. So my question for you is in the chat. Oh, Bonnie, sit tight for just a second. Wait, did you leave already? Oh shoot, I was gonna say something before she left. I want you to tell me what came up for you as you were writing this little paragraph in the chat. What came up for you? Yola said it's fun, Karen said it's fun. I forgot to tell you the whole purpose of writing this was to sell it, right? To make it so like someone would wanna buy the thing that you're telling a story around. I hope that was implied. Nayarka, I became creative, right? Oh, Paulette, I love that. It was light, it didn't feel like hard work. Good. When you said fun writing, I cringed. Writing is not fun for me. Oh, Tracy, in the chat, tell me why you loved this. What about it did you love? It was fun exercise. It was a little challenging to personify it. I think you did say to write it to sell. Oh, good, thank you. I couldn't remember if I did. Yeah, it was a kick. This was the easiest one to do. All right, this is where those of you who are saying, this is fun. Paulette, I love your comment. It was light. It didn't feel like hard work. Like that comment right there is how you are going to end up feeling about the content you create for your business. The more that you see that creating content for your business can be just as creative, just as fun. Barbara, Karen, I know you can attest to that, right? Writing in any context, in any capacity can be fun and enjoyable, right? Kirsten, taking something simple and selling the feelings associated with it. Yes. Tracy, I think because it was about something that I loved, it was easier. And Tracy, I know you love what you do. I know you love your clients. I know you love your business, but it's taking that, I know exactly what you're saying, right? It's taking you to that next step of seeing like, I can love creating content to post on social media and share via email because I know my ideal clients are just gonna love this. But then that feels more serious. It doesn't have to be though, right? It doesn't have to be. So Lesia, it was fun to sell it in a unique way. So I wrote it from the perspective of the words and ideas that wanted to be highlighted rather than the person doing the highlighting. Oh, Lesia, that's interesting. It's an interesting perspective. Good. Okay, I want to do a little fun competition because you are all like, you're the A players, you are the committed, you are here like through the remainder of day one. I want to do something fun with all of you. The team and I said that we would like to run a little competition. So all of you who wrote something, and those of you who hand wrote it, you could take a picture of it, post it in the Content Con Facebook group, and we as a team are going to vote on like who had the best one, who had the most creative one, who had the paragraph that we would absolutely buy the thing that they were writing about, and we're going to give you a $100 Amazon gift card. Does that sound fun? Cool, right? I know, Peggy, I saw your face like, well, yes. Oh, Karen, I assure you, I can read like hieroglyphic. I received horrible, atrocious handwriting from students, so I bet I can read it. So now you're fun, fun, fun. Yeah, my handwriting. Do not worry about your handwriting. We will be able to decipher it, and I will translate if I have to. So yes, share this in the Facebook group. Take a picture, or if you want to type it up. And please, like, there might be some of you who. How many of you would like keep going if you had the opportunity? If I didn't come in and stop, Zach would, Joy would, Lesia, Barbara, Tracy. Like, you don't have to stop. Keep going. Because as much as I want to reward you for sticking around and for posting it in the Facebook group, like this is a reward you're going to give you and your business, right? The more that you can see content creation as fun and as creative exercise and you can infuse storytelling into it, the better. Karen, I'll take a picture and type it up so it's legible. Yes, I can't wait to read these. Yeah, we're going to read them, and then I'll tell you tomorrow who, and everyone else in the Facebook group is going to be like, what is that with all these random assignments, all these random paragraphs? Does anyone think that they're going to win? Who thinks they have the funniest story? Tracy, oh, Tracy, I love the confidence. Like right away, you're like, I think I've got it. Lesia's got it. All right, so we've got a little competition so far. I love it. Can you see how, like, Tracy, I isolated you for a moment ago when you said like, my business feels so serious, but this felt so fun. Are any of you still in that place, right? Where writing content for your business feels like it's a little bit serious and it's a little bit harder, but writing like this was really fun. Are any of you in that dynamic? Lynetta is, I see a few people raising your hands. Yes. Why is that? Yeah, Christine is, yep, a mix of both. Lesia says, Sonia says yes. Why does writing about the business feel harder than writing about the silly thing that you picked up that was on your desk and you wrote a Craigslist ad about? You tell me in the chat. Zach, because we're so close to the business, right? We're sometimes too wrapped up in it. Oh, Donna, I write fun things for my blog, but not to put in social media. I wonder what's up with that. I feel like your ideal client, like that's an insight into who you are and your personality and what interests you. Like Donna, I would absolutely encourage you to put that on social media as well. Yep, Zach, it's hard to see the label from inside the bottle, absolutely. Lynetta, because I wasn't thinking about a formula I was taught. Now, I know I said earlier, we're gonna do I have a little blueprint I'm gonna step you through. But when we think about how we can infuse creativity into that formula, then it doesn't become so sterile. Karen, it was object tangible, not a service. It was an object. That is true also, right? When it's something like you can touch, like this water bottle, right? It's a little easier than sometimes an intangible service that we have. So your assignment is, you can keep writing if you want, you can keep developing that, and post that in the Facebook group tonight. We're gonna take a look at it tomorrow, the team and I, and we're gonna vote on who has the best, and we're gonna announce it, and you get a $100 Amazon gift card in your email. We'll send it, I think, via email. I won't get caught up in the logistics. But yeah, Barbara, I said, yes, so close to the business and spend time worrying how you'll measure up to your competitors. See all those things that Rick and I were talking about earlier? The ego gets wrapped up in it, right? We're worried about like, what are people gonna think of me? Am I good enough? Am I better than my competitors, right? But when you can isolate it and just write about something fun, I think the same thing is gonna be possible for you when it comes to writing about your business and when it comes to talking about the stuff you do in your business. Wouldn't that be nice? Where writing becomes fun and it's effortless and it's creative all the time for your business? Can I get a yes in the chat if you're like, yeah, that would be really nice, actually, if that could happen. It is absolutely possible for each one of you. It's possible for you, Tracy, for you, Lesia, for you, Zach, for you, Sonia, for you, Kinner. So we still have raging thunderstorms around us. I'm gonna wrap up a little bit earlier so that the crew can get back home. You can't hear it, but the thunder's like literally like rumbling the studio. So I'm gonna wrap up a little bit early, but here's what I wanna do. I just wanna wrap this up. First of all, your homework assignment, as I've said, post in the Facebook group, share it. I wanna take a read. I wanna read over it. The team does as well. And the whole point of today, right, to wrap a bow on this, is we really uncovered that each one of you is inherently interesting. You're way more engaging than you give yourself credit for. And a lot of you are hiding that and not sharing that with your ideal client. Was that a big takeaway for a lot of you today? And I think for some of you are like, I didn't even think I was interesting or engaging. Like that segment about my interesting factor was actually really hard for me to figure out, right? So that was the thing. We laid the foundation. We have a direction of which offer we want to take our content to. And tomorrow morning, I can't wait for sessions 1 and 2 because we're actually going to create some content that you can actually use on social media that bridges the creative side with connecting that to your business. Are we excited for that? Because I know all day the analytical thinker in you is like, Jessica, where are you taking me with this content? Where are you leading me? How is my random trip to Spain going to connect to my business? I'm going to show you how to do that tomorrow. So make sure tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, you log in through the portal the same exact way you did this morning. You access the Zoom link through that, and we'll be on promptly in the morning, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So can I get like, I don't know, word that shares like your excitement or how you felt about day 1 overall? I'd love to know in the chat what your biggest takeaway was. And I just wanna thank all of you for being such incredible, engaging students too. Hopeful, I love that, Linietta. You're so welcome for our super amazing day, Lesia. I'm glad it was fun. Tracy, I'm so glad that you're inspired. Kirsten, I'm glad your world is inspired. Good. Joy, feeling more creative. Creating content doesn't seem so scary anymore, right? How many of you feel that way? It's like, I've opened the door into this and it's not so intimidating. Right? Kinner says inspired and grateful. Veronica, I love this. We need to stop taking ourselves so seriously, right? Lighten up, right? Tell stories, have fun, open up a little bit. This is perfect. So we're gonna write some content in the morning. So with that, oh, Linietta, content creation might actually be, can we just like all embrace that for a second? I think all of you went into this event thinking like, Jessica, you're just gonna give me some content, but I didn't think you would actually think content creation was gonna be fun, did you? Right? Christine, excited. I'm glad it feels like Christmas. Good, good, good. Okay, I see a few of you typing into the chat, but yes, content creation can actually be fun, Linietta. I know that's gonna be possible for you. I know that's gonna be possible for everybody here. So I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna let you all go. Go enjoy the rest of your night, especially Paulette, go to bed. It's late where you are. Janet, go to bed. It's late where you are as well. So go get some sleep. I'll see you promptly tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. All right, bye everyone.